Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Market cap just under 300 billion. Had a nice spike up in Bitcoin overnight. Lots of bears got wrecked. Let's look at this 7-day. Look at that. Take the market cap off. Boom. So, just sort of what I was talking about the other day with the pressure points. You have these, it's just like two immovable objects. And as soon as one gives way, boom, the shorts were at all-time high. And, some fucking whale just came in tens of thousands of BC and just fucking wrecked all of the bears. That was the first time ever there was that many shorts squeezed out. And when when you do a short and you get wrecked, you have to cover it, thus causing so you have to buy all that BTC, thus causing the price to rise even higher. So people are asking me, what caused this spike? And I was like, man, it's pretty obvious, right? Crypto Daily came back. Crypto Daily's like the bull flag. He came back and just, the market responds, right? So, but, getting to it even deeper, what I'm saying is we are seeing that right here and then right here. Those dumps, right? Those are painful. Those are powerful because somebody caught those dumps. Somebody caught those dumps and they have an accumulation point. And what's happening is the shorts are trying to huff, they're trying to puff. And that was the big war. This one cycle right here, whatever was going to happen, right? Could have broke down, it could have broke up, is really going to make or break the year if you're talking about a bull run or not. Because if the shorts would have covered, they would have become more powerful. And that would have made it even worse for Bitcoin. It's been like digging a hole. When they get wrecked like this, the bears' paws get burnt. Now they're not going to be as, they're not going to be as ready to throw those shorts out when you can get wrecked like this out of nowhere. I'm telling you, rogue whales come out of nowhere. You can't stop it. That's why it's hard. And this is just Bitcoin. If you're talking about crypto as a whole, you're looking at EOS, no future contracts even on that. You're looking at all these other coins. There's no way they can, it's a losing battle for the manipulators. And one of the great things right now that people don't understand, I think it's one of the golden ages that Bitcoin and the rest of the altcoins are coupled together. So when Bitcoin goes down, the altcoins go down. I think that is glorious if you're talking about being able to accumulate. Why is that glorious? Well, if Bitcoin goes down for whatever reason, some bank says, oh, Bitcoin's a bubble, right? Trying to protect their own business. It goes down, the rest of the market goes down. Well, that means you just get cheaper coins. If we're talking 10 years from now, when this obviously isn't going to be the case, you're going to have decoupled, the powerful altcoins are going to become individualized. They're going to become their own entities, not going to be attached to Bitcoin, right? They're going to have their own trading. If Bitcoin goes down, it's not going to affect EOS 5 years from now, in my opinion, or Ethereum, going down the list. So I think right now is one of those glorious times that you can actually get artificially low coins, cheap coins. When Bitcoin goes down, you see a project you like, you get a discount. And I think that's not going to last forever. And people are going to look back at that as the great gold rush. They're like, man, do you remember the time that all the coins would go down when Bitcoin would go down? But yeah, bro, that was insane. That is going to, I feel it in my bones. We're going to be saying that 2 or 3 years from now. Golden age. People bitching about being coupled to Bitcoin. I don't understand it. Accumulate. It's only short-term minded. It's like people don't like to see red because they're not confident enough in either what's going to happen or their ability to make money in the future. So if you just feel as confident as I do, I just think it's always a buying opportunity anytime you can get lowered prices for any reason. We're getting into an age where you're gonna get paid just for existing. You should be paid to watch this video. You should be paid every time you do anything on the internet. Pretty soon, robots are going to take over all the menial jobs. There's not going to be any menial jobs anymore, guys. All of that AI, all that, all the assembly jobs. But what's very, 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 very powerful is your attention. Your attention is, what do you think Facebook is the most powerful business in the world? Because it controls your attention. It has all your data. This whole world runs on, I'm going to sell you shit. This is a bartering system. That's all we do as humans is barter. When you have that in mind, it's very, very crazy going into the future if you're talking about how valuable your attention is. They want to know what you like. So then, they can put it into an AI and statistics and see people all in your area or people that are in your, white male in 20s or, black female in the 30s. It doesn't matter. Like, it's crazy how much data and how they're just grouping people together. But my point is, right now, people say, oh man, but Facebook is free. But Facebook shouldn't be free. Facebook should pay you. And that's what we're moving into with basic attention token, the paying economy, where you're going to get paid to watch ads. You're going to get paid to watch movies. You're going to get paid to play video games. You're going to get paid to watch TV, paid to comment, vote. Anything. Yes, voting. For everything you do, you're going to get paid for. That is the future we are moving towards. It's just a matter of having the self-respect and realizing how powerful you really are and how much money you really command. Just being alive and a human being. It's very powerful. And we're moving rapidly into that economy where you're actually just getting paid to work, to browse, to give your data. And it's a very amazing time we're coming into. So, just being prepared for everything. One of the great things that happened with this potential bull run is, I believe this is going to be the bull run to end all bull runs. And what do I mean by that? Bitcoin is in the spotlight more than it's ever been. I talked to my mom. She said every time you turn on the news, you can't, just mentioning something about Bitcoin. Any trading show, anything's always, something always talking about Bitcoin, whether it does this or that. Now that you have all these people have come forward, they pretty much they pretty much went all in. Bank of America, everyone, the central banks, everyone really tried to just push Bitcoin down to 1,000. They tried all they could. And then boom, this is weakness. This is very powerful. This shows, oh, wow, if someone can do that at any time, any place, boom, just like that, that's a very scary thing for the other side. So if this bull run goes up with the spotlight on Bitcoin, people are going to say, holy shit, it really does bounce back. When it goes down, it really can come back. So all of those people that got burnt in December, their confidence will be re-cemented in Bitcoin if there's a bull run, because people will think it doesn't die. It really wasn't a bubble. If this thing can break 20K again, the stratosphere, there's no telling where it's going to go. Just my opinion, obviously, but and when I'm talking about price, I personally don't care. I don't work for an outcome. I know that's hard to believe. I don't really give a fuck. It's not about working for an outcome. It's not about working for that. I know that the price is going to attract more adoption. I'm an adoption junkie. I'd rather there be more adoption. I don't give a fuck about the price. The price brings in adoption, though. I'm not going to be ignorant. I'm not going to put my head in the sand. So I know if Bitcoin breaks 20,000, more merchants are going to use Bitcoin. It's going to be absolutely massive. What I really like about EOS, getting into EOS, is if you can imagine, they have interchain communication. So like, let's say if there's a fork, you can still move back and forth. So let's say the Bitcoin Cash fork and the Bitcoin fork. Imagine if they had intercommunication with the blockchain. That means you can swap between Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin with the Lightning until Lightning was done, right? So you could have just used it as like an extension of Bitcoin. That would have been absolutely amazing. Instead of this big ass war, you could have had a temporary scale so people don't fucking fuck off Bitcoin and say, oh, $50 fees, I'm never using that again. And then when the layer 2 solutions were actually in place and actually were real and people weren't just testing, then you can roll it out and there would have been no speed bumps. Instead of just splitting in half, having the fucking war, Lightning Network not being ready, Bitcoin Cash just aggressively going after all the merchant adoptions. Could have been a team. Can't cry over spilt milk. People keep saying, oh, this is about the airdrop. I really don't believe this is just because of the airdrop. Like, I'm not hating on EOS DAC. I believe that's I think they're going to be really helpful. I think the fact that you're starting to see people were like not realizing the block producers, like how big that was going to be for EOS. You have Antpool. You're having these big players saying, hey, I want to be a block producer. Who's going to be next? Pretty soon, who's going to be next? I mean, that's the thing. if we get some even more powerful players in there, even bigger people wanting to be block producers, it's going to, wow, right? And people are scooping this up behind the scenes because they need EOS. It's about to launch. If you want your platform, I look at EOS as sort of like an online. So if you're a store in the mall, you don't go in there and buy your section, you rent out your section, right? And then you sell your shit out of it and you pay rent. That's kind of what EOS is going to be. EOS is going to, in my opinion, going to be so expensive one day that people aren't going to buy it. I'm going to rent it out to people, and they're going to have their little store inside my virtual real estate. EOS is like virtual real estate that I'm going to rent. So what I have is a bunch of virtual real estate, the way I look at it. Like I said, I've always been bullish on EOS. It was my biggest risk because it didn't have a product, but I believed in the team. I believed in the money. I've been following Dan L back since before BitShares when he was arguing with Satoshi. Dan L's been here. He's been there behind the scenes working hard. He's never had money before. I know what that's like, to have to do projects with no money, but you can do it, but you just have these hurdles. Now he has no hurdles. He has the dream team. He has all the money he could ever want. No excuses. He's going to absolutely knock it out of the park is my belief. And yeah, so that's just what, I believe that we're going to, what can really cause the price to go absolutely parabolic is these block producers. We're going to hear some big names, in my opinion, come out, and that's just people are going to be like, holy shit, this is becoming bigger than I could have ever dreamed. And EOS can really be that new internet, that new platform that Ethereum was trying. So you could think of EOS as sort of it's not like Bitcoin Cash, but what they did is they're a little bit less decentralized because it's 21 block producers. But they're saying, hey, these 21 block producers are going to be voted on by the community. Any collusion, obviously, we can vote them out, yada, yada, yada. Ethereum's like, no, we're not doing that. We want, they're going like the Bitcoin route. They're like, we're going to keep small blocks. We're going to make it to where everyone can download the ledger, and we're going to have it to where everyone has to, full nodes can be anywhere, any amount, the more the better, as decentralized as possible. And we're going to use layer 2 solutions over the top to fix it, just like Bitcoin's doing. So, Ethereum is always by nature going to be more decentralized. However, EOS is more realistic and is decentralized enough that it achieves the goal to where, hey, I've never had a vote at who gets to sit at the board of Walmart. Right? We've never had that power before to be able to actually vote who gets to be in this giant world corporation as I'm looking at it. It's like, you can look at it as a world computer, but it's almost like a world corporation where there's a bunch of mini corporations inside and we get to vote who runs that shit. So just a lot of interesting things. I have a lot of notes I'm trying to get through. Let's see. Oh yeah, someone said it's something interesting. I think it was a Dollar Vigilante. It was somebody. Somebody said, the Bitcoin from USD's inception, it's down 97%. From Bitcoin's inception, it went from a penny all the way 20K. Now it's down to 7,000. So Bitcoin's up from a penny to 7,000 per, and USD is down from $100 to $3. So, volatility, but it's volatility in the right direction, even while being suppressed. This shows how really resilient Bitcoin is. Everyone, all the elites want it down. All the big guys want it down. They can't keep it down. It keeps wrecking bears. People keep saying it's dead, and it keeps resurrecting itself. It just doesn't die. And when something doesn't die, and the big people keep saying it should die, and it doesn't, that is the biggest bull flag outside of crypto daily return that I've ever seen. So, No Limit Coin did some no rake poker. Check that out with Johnny Chan. Just going through some updates. Just trying to be patient. Just really being patient in this market because I'm gonna kill it on this. What's happening is a lot of people have these mindsets and they're like, well, Dan, you seem like you have all your shit together. Really, how do you do it? It's not about having your shit together. It's about being sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's about building with no destination. It's slinging bricks together at all costs. I get to a point in my life where it wasn't acceptable. And I went into almost a frenzy where I was wildly swinging at anything. I was a fat kid, so I was like, I don't have any money. I don't have anything, but guess what? I can lose 100 pounds. And I did something and people are like, you're crazy. You're never going to lose weight that way, eating Twinkies and donuts and pizza. But I found a way to do it. Lost 100 pounds in 4 months. Anyone can do something when you get to the point. When you get to the point where you're cornered in life and the only option is to fight or sink, swim or sink. And when you get to that point when you're just sick and tired of being sick and tired and you've had enough and you just not, it's not acceptable, you're allergic to your own surroundings, you'll find a way. You don't always have to know a way. People always need the blueprint. Guess what? Build a fucking house, build a castle. If it looks lopsided, you can fix it later. Stop, nothing's perfect. You're going to build sloppy shit, but at least you're building. The more you build, the higher you can see, the more you learn. And then you get better at it, and you get better at it. Don't wait. Time is so valuable. You could do so much in a day. You don't need shit. You don't need money. You don't need anything to just wildly start building and improving yourself. I can't stress that enough. It really starts with your health. Get your health in line. Then you master your health. That always is a springboard. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what it is. You just have to be frantic about it. You just have to keep swinging, keep swinging. This is just, I can't stress the opportunities at hand right now for our world as a species, how we're really revolving and evolving into something that is just something we've never, ever been able to achieve as a species. And that's, being able to end corruption. So yeah, I'm going to kill it here. Cheers. Peace.